And again, the customer service has been pleasant for the most part, but I've given a lot of chances for you guys to get it right. And if you can't get it right by now, then I just have to move on and find someone else. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm sure you guys can tell by title, we are going to be unboxing initial impressions from a frontal that I picked up from Honey Hair Company. But before we get into the video, you guys know what I ask. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning supporter, thank you for coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Also, make sure you guys are supporting me on Instagram. The link is in my bio for YouTube. But anywho, let's get into this video, right? So I'm going to put a timestamp up here on the screen so you guys can see. If you want to skip ahead, because I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, and if you are new to my channel, then you won't know that I keep it real, I keep it raw here. We are not here to sugarcoat or make anything out other than what it is. I don't know if you guys recall, in my other videos for Honey Hair Company, I've always said that my customer service experience with them has been pleasant. This last experience, it wasn't unpleasant per se, and I'm going to get into what I'm referring to when I say that. So I reached out to them because I had ordered a closure, a wavy closure from them maybe about 4 months ago at this point, and it came and it was straight. I sent it back, you know, I had correspondence with them and they said, oh, you know, it's not straight, it's wavy. I'm like, this is not wavy. So when I called them back, I'm like, hey, you know, well, did you guys get any wavy closures? And they're like, well, first they had me send them a picture. And then when I sent them a picture of what the texture is that I'm looking for, they never got back to me. So I called them, hey, you know, I need to send this blonde closure back. And then, you know, rather than getting my money back, can I just use the money from that original closure and this closure and get a frontal? Because I got to replace a frontal on my wig. I'm going to get into that probably in another video. And so she proceeds to tell me, hey, let's just send you some pictures. This way, you know, you're not going to go back and forth with sending it and having it be sent back and, you know, the whole back and forth. And I do have to give them credit where credit's due. They did not charge me any extra for shipping for the back and forth, which I really, really appreciate. But this is, I don't want to say this is where it gets complicated. She proceeds to tell me, hey, you know, this way you're not going to run out of your return policy because we only allow you 4 returns for a year, which is fine. There's people that abuse the policy, and I'm like, hey, well, that doesn't seem fair to me because the only reason that I have returned anything from you guys, with the exception of the blonde closure, was because they were defective. If I can find the videos and the clips, I'll put them up here so you guys can see, or somewhere over here. But the very first frontal I got from them, one side was significantly thinner. It looked like it had been plucked all the way through the entire frontal. So that was the first one. The second, to get in up close so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if you look at the frontal, you'll see it. It looks really nice. Like I said, the lace is nice. The hair is really, really soft. And then as I go across, I'll try to pull it back a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it. See over here? It seems like they didn't put as much hair on this side as they did on this side. See how you can't see my finger, but you can clearly see it over here. So that is my only concern with this. The second frontal that I got from them, from what everyone in the comments said in that video, is that the cuticles weren't aligned because it kept tangling. Like, I never even wore it. Like, I washed it, co-washed it, I did everything to try to get it to stop tangling, and it just kept tangling at the roots. This frontal, it was like this after I took it out of a bag yesterday, so I'm like, you know what, let me give it the benefit of the doubt, even though I've never had that problem. So I wet it, brushed it out. All I did was pin it to start making the wig, and I brushed it out. And then when I was done, like you guys saw me, I had it rolled up in like a little bun with the clip. I'm like, why is it matted? Like, it's so badly matted at the roots. Like, I've never, like, in all the years, cheap hair, good hair, AliExpress, I've never had this happen. So now fast forward a few months later, I order a closure for a wig that also needs a closure to be replaced, and they send me the wrong texture. I don't scrunch hair, I just, you know, I let it dry in its natural curl pattern. Like, I'll separate it. like this with my fingers and just let it dry. Yeah, this ain't the right texture. So now we're at 3 times where, sad to say, it's all your fault and I'm being blamed, to the point where she's like, oh well, no, it was definitely a wavy closure, you know, it wasn't straight, and I'm like, no, and I hate that I had to say this. I'm like, I review hair. It definitely wasn't wavy, it was definitely straight. I've had an encounter like that before with another hair company. I was like, hey, well, maybe it's just me. And I dismissed what I knew, and I was 100% accurate. So I knew it wasn't, like, anytime you're dealing with raw hair, let's just backtrack a little bit. Raw hair is not naturally bone straight. So I'm not sure if maybe that's what they're expecting, because, you know, you have hair companies where they do like body wave and straight. So I'm not sure if they're thinking like straight means like bone straight. No one's hair is naturally bone straight. There's always going to be a wave pattern to it. So I think in the back of her mind, that's what she's associating with wavy. But that's not what it is. You have wavy, you have straight, you have wavy, and you have curly. So I'm like, I hate that I have to tell you, hey, I review hair, because I want this to be an authentic, raw experience, but at the same time, like, you're not going to tell me that it's wavy when I know it's straight. Like, I mean, you guys have been here. I have a ton of wigs, ton of hair. Like, I know what the texture of the hair is. So that was where I said, like, I didn't really like that interaction, and I get that, you know, some people don't know about hair, but that's not the case when it comes to me. So then I told her, I was like, hey, none of this is my fault. Like the blonde closure, hey, you know, I returned that. And I'll be honest with you, I was not impressed with the quality. And I'm not mad at it because the price that I paid, you know, price again sets the expectation. So I can't really be too mad at the quality. But at the same time, like, you're not going to sit up here and tell me like, hey, this is all on me, when 3 out of the 4 times it's really you. And then the 4th time was really kind of, I don't want to say like really me, but anywho. That's the backstory. So I need to replace a frontal on a wig. I decided to pick up a frontal from them, and I'll be quite honest, if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna be done with Honey Hair Company. Just because it's not like too much back and forth, but I feel as though I've given a lot of chances to, and again, the customer service has been pleasant for the most part, but I've given a lot of chances for you guys to get it right. And if you can't get it right by now, then I just have to move on and find someone else. Funny enough, after all those videos that I made, and I don't know, anyone can say they're from anywhere, but someone reached out to me claiming that they work with Honey Hair Company, offering me, from what I gathered, financial compensation for me to remove some of my older videos that may be affecting their business, which is not something I'm going to do, ever. So if my experience is affecting your business, then you need to change the way the customer experience comes across. That's really all I got to say about that. So we have this frontal, and I could have asked them to use the coupon code that I used the first 2 times, but again, because they paid for shipping back and forth, I tried to be fair. And this is supposed to be 13 by 4, 16 inch, which is a little bit longer than I needed. However, it was the wave pattern that I was looking for. So it's a little tangled. Curly hair will tangle. I am going to co-wash it and let it air dry. I may come back to you guys and give you guys a small update, but like I said, if this doesn't work out, then I'm done with Honey Hair Company. I'll be honest. So I'm going to try to blame it on packaging, because I try to be objective and I try to give grace. You know, maybe it's just tangling with me running my hands through it because of the way it was packaged. I'm hoping it's not like the first experience where, you know, the cuticles were on a line and that's why it was tangling. So I'm going to co-wash this. Probably not going to be in this video because this video is going up the day that it's being filmed. But I just had to come to you guys, explain my experience, and then unbox this, this frontal here on my channel for you. So we'll see how it goes. You guys see this. Yeah, so we are gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna co-wash it, and hopefully these tangles go away. Hopefully this isn't like a situation like the second frontal that I got where the cuticles weren't aligned. And like I said, I'll come back to you guys, give you guys a small update video. But that wraps this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.